Yo guys, welcome back to a new podcast episode. Today we got a new guest. Haven't seen him in a while, so I thought his one podcast episode. Introduce yourself again.
I don't need to introduce. I just, that, bro. See the muscles.
um, he's a Liverpool fan, so I have a couple of questions to ask him. I really hate Liverpool, but I have to do it, for content. So first question: how did you become a Liverpool fan? Explain to the audience how you became a Liverpool fan.
If I'm being honest, I don't know. No, I'm lying. It was something I saw. It was some highlights or something that I was watching, and then it was of Anfield, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the atmosphere and how it is, the stadium, and I was like, I was thinking to myself like, if I'm playing, I would want that. So I wouldn't say that made me a Liverpool supporter, but it drew me closer to becoming a better Liverpool supporter.
Okay, I understand. Do you have do you remember your first memory of a Liverpool game? Maybe it's winning the Premier League. Or
Nah,
you
it
only
was
have
losing.
Losing to?
Just losing to United, I think it was 4-0.
Damn. Do you remember what year?
But I think that was. I could be wrong now, I'm speaking under correction. I think Tories were still there.
Oh.
I was young, man.
Okay. At least you still have a memory. So we're gonna start from the beginning. What did you obviously were watching Liverpool that time. What did you think about Jurgen Klopp's appointment when they first appointed him? I know we're going all the way back. We want to start from the beginning and go to the front. What did you think when he first came in? Obviously, you probably never heard of him. So, what was your first
impression of
impression? Yeah.
Look, I was like, who's this bro? First of all. But at the same time, I was like, maybe this is another underdog story, man. And look how it turned out. Like, I obviously I doubted him a lot, but you could see, even though some decisions or some changes that he made didn't go his way, you could see what he was trying to implement. And so far, I think he's played off very well.
Yeah. So obviously that season you went to the Europa League final. You didn't win it, but one of the highlights of Klopp's time for me is that front three of Firmino, Salah, Mane. Explain to me how it felt watching them, because I won't lie, as a United fan, to see a front three doing so good, for United it's been a while, either one or two doing well, but not all three. So how was it, watching them play?
It was so exciting to watch them. It was almost like you started, like when you playing in the road, you like, I'm Firmino, or I'm Salah, I'm Mane, and it's like the three of them, the chemistry that they had made you. For me, I wanted friends that could play soccer just so that we could suma be that three. Like, and there's only one word to describe them, bro, is goals. That is all they brought to the table. Firmino was the only one that did it fancy, but Messi, untidy goals, it was just goals. And it was a joy to watch them, bro.
In one of the standouts was Salah. The first season, I think he broke the Premier League goal scoring record. What did you think about him when he first came? What did you just think about him?
When he first came,
everyone knew him from Chelsea being the flop, but he came to Liverpool and he proved everyone wrong that he's a top class player. So yeah, what do you think?
But when he came, I was like, what the hell is Klopp thinking? Man, he's buying nonsense. I was upset, and then I think it was his first game where he didn't. I'm not sure, but I don't think he performed well. But I think he did score on his debut. I think so. But he didn't have his game wasn't played well. He didn't play well, but he scored. So I was like, maybe he's one of those players that they're not as effective, but if there's an opportunity, they'll score. And I think it was the next 3 or 4 matches where he didn't even. His stats was poor. His playing style was poor. He just wasn't performing. And I thought, nah, wasted money on this, man. And then all of a sudden, the money's just. In that same season, I don't know, that man was a lot on his knees praying, maybe, but that man just came out of nowhere and he's still breaking records. And
Now I have a question related to him. Would you take Prime Salah or Prime Eden Hazard?
Yeah.
Honest,
Okay,
don't be
for me,
biased.
for
Don't
me,
be biased.
I would take Eden Hazard because
Okay, that's the only answer. But
because
okay.
for me, watching Eden Hazard it's like it was almost like a Messi and a Ronaldo. Messi is a joy to watch. Like you can sit and watch videos of him all day. Of Ronaldo, you'll get bored because you're just saying he's a poacher, man. I'm not discrediting him for what he's done, but it's the same with Salah. Salah is not skillful. You know, maybe take a play or two on and pass it or shoot, but Hazard would just
take the whole team.
That man is. It was almost like he picked the ball up and he's walking to the post and he score or something like. I would say Hazard.
I think that season of Salah was the season he's made the Champions League final. I don't know if I'm right, maybe I am. But then the injury happened where Sergio Ramos gave him a WWE tackle, and then everything fell apart. Like how would you describe that night? Starting the night when Salah went off, and then obviously the final result. Explain those three moments. So before the game, how did you feel? Hosting Real Madrid, arguably one of the best teams with one of the best players on form at the time, Ronaldo. So how do you explain that?
Before the game, I was confident because I was like, my team wouldn't be here if they weren't supposed to.
I don't think they should. No, that's the wrong year. Is that the year where they made the comeback? No, that was not.
No, that's the next year.
Oh, sorry, it's next year. Sorry. Continue.
The first when we lost the final.
Okay.
I was confident because I was like, my team is here for a reason. And that season they played well. And yeah.
And then the Salah injury happened, and then.
You remember I cried?
Did you really?
I cried, you know.
Damn.
Cried.
Your best player.
I was crying, no? Not because I was sad. Because I was angry for Ramos. It's like I love him, but why must he do that to my teammate, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it wasn't really intentional, but
some might argue that, but okay, each to his own.
I cried.
And then obviously Loris Karius in that final, man of the match, some would say, for Real Madrid. Good goal he gave away. How did you feel after he rolled the ball out? Benzema?
I said they must sell him. They must sell him as a free agent, bro.
And then let's not discredit Gareth Bale's goal, the bicycle. When I saw that goal, I was like,
bro, after that goal I put the TV off.
Like, that was a beautiful goal.
I used to like Bale, but
arguably one of the best British players to have done it. 5 Champions Leagues. He was good, just injuries, and he was a golfer. But besides that, he's lost the final. Next season come semi-final. This is like one of my highlights because I'm a Barca fan as well as a United. 3-0 up at the Camp Nou. I thought we were through. I won't even lie. The second leg I didn't watch because I thought we were through. After Messi scored that free kick, I was like, it's over. It's over. And then the next morning, come after the second leg, I hear Barcelona's out. I'm like, we were leading 3-0. I check the highlights. 2-1 Alden goals and then the corner taken quickly. How did you feel in that first leg? After that first leg, and then
I was depressed. That's when I knew depression is real. That's when I knew, like, being a true supporter, not a fan, a supporter, was not easy. And especially losing, like, understandable, Barca was one of the best teams. But not losing 3-0, nah, man. It wasn't, that was sad,
And then, secondly, come around, I go sleep. I think we threw. I wake up the next morning. I hear it's 4-0. I'm cross. I'm disappointed. Like, how do you explain that? Because I don't think United have played in my watching them like with a clear mind, logical mind. I haven't seen them like come back in such a manner. Obviously, there's the 1999 final. Obviously, I was not born, but to come back like that in a game. How does it feel? How was it?
I lost my voice that night.
Must have been
shouting maybe. But you know what, no? I only watched the second leg because I believe in that saying, it's never over until the fat lady sings. So I will always watch the weather, anything. Like especially that game, I watched it. I was first few minutes we were struggling, and then we started pressing. We kept on going, and then we had Barcelona backed up in their box for most of the first half, I'd say. And we were trying, and then Wijnaldum scored one, and you are shouted. And I was happy. Second goal came. I was even more happy. I was like, maybe we can do it. And then I think the second half started, and Barca had a few chances that made me very scared, and then
quickly.
That other two goals were something special. Like, up to this day, I still think what went through Arnold's head to do that. If he didn't take that corner quickly, everything would have turned out differently. But I was over the moon, maybe, when I saw that goal. Then I knew, we can still.
And then obviously the other game was Tottenham and Ajax. The same similar thing happened. Tottenham won last minute. Then the final came. What did you think before the final versus Spurs? Obviously we know Spurs has not won a trophy.
Let me stop you somewhere there. I didn't need to think anything.
We all knew who was going to...
Tottenham don't win trophies. They just that club that fills the Premier League. They just make it full. If you're a Spurs fan, you want to come at me, come at me. Tell me if I'm wrong.
And this season, what do you think of?
This season they're looking scary. Even though they robbed us. Yeah. They did rob us. They did, because everyone can clearly see that was a goal. But that's not what we're talking about now.
Okay.
So,
the final.
Yeah, the final.
And then, what was it, 30 seconds or so, the game was over with the handball. I told my friends, I was watching the game with my friends, as soon as that penalty happened, the game was boring, the game was done. We already knew who was going to win. And then obviously it was sealed, the second goal by Rie. How did you feel after winning that final for the first time in a couple of years? I can't remember when it was the last time, but Liverpool is the most successful in Europe, in England. So yeah, how did it feel after winning your 6th Champions League final?
That night I was running outside shirtless. Really, I've never owned a Liverpool sweater, no? First of all. Never owned a Liverpool. Always wanted one, still want one. Never had it. But I promise you, I had a white shirt that I drew on. I drew that bird, looked like he was like deformed or something. And I put my own number. I had number 8. I was a Stevie G fan, I still am. And now Superslice taking over.
Okay.
And I put my surname on. I was running outside, sweater off, and one of the best feelings ever. Finally.
Our time will come. Our time will come.
Because in my years, I think I've only witnessed 2 Champions Leagues. The Madrid final and Tottenham final. That's the only 2 that I've seen. And the Madrid one was that was the greatest. Because to win against Madrid is... And then we lost again now recently.
Okay, we'll get to that. And then obviously COVID happened. Liverpool were killing it in the Prem. Then COVID happened. The Prem still went on. And then Liverpool managed to win the Premier League during the COVID season. No fans to witness it for the first time in 30 years. 30 years, guys. 30 years. How did it feel like watching them? Obviously there was no fans, so you couldn't feel the atmosphere. But how did it feel like to witness your team win the Premier League for the first time in your lifetime? It's not a diss or anything, but 30 years and then there was not even fans in the stadium to witness that. Like, how did it feel?
Like, even watching it at that time, I didn't even really feel like I was watching Premier League.
Lockdown football was just was training with cameras because no fans. It didn't feel the same.
And that was completely different to any other game. And if I'm being honest with myself, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't. I enjoyed watching my team win, but it wasn't
the same. The atmosphere wasn't.
It will never be the same
without fans. Yeah.
Especially Anfield, that was so quiet. Nah. But in the end, came to a good result. Won the Premier League, and I was happy, but I couldn't celebrate it like I couldn't. I couldn't enjoy winning the Premier League because there wasn't really, you couldn't really be with anybody. I didn't get the chance to like go to school or so and go brag with my friends. You know how it used to be, and like at home with your brother, it just
wasn't the same.
What we at least have a Premier League after 30 years.
Okay, so not last season, the season before, you made the Champions League final again against Real Madrid. How did you feel before that game? You wanted to make amends. They beat you the first time. You wanted to get that win over. How did it feel before the game, like going into the final? How did you feel as a fan?
I had a lot of doubt.
Why?
I doubted my team.
Why?
Because played them, we lost, and I think it was the season before that when they knocked us out also.
That was
Yeah, it was a season before that when they knocked us out, and I was just like, you know what? Maybe this is just our kryptonite, man. Maybe this, but I was very doubtful.
And then obviously your doubt came to reality when you lost the final. How did you feel? This time nobody got injured. It was a fair game,
yeah.
And then the better team won, but we have to give Courtois his due in that game.
Nice.
He made so many saves. At times I thought that no one was going to score by him because, he literally saved Madrid in that final. Like I was watching that performance and I was like, is this David De Gea or Thibaut Courtois?
I swear that man used multi. There's no, I don't know how that man. First of all, the shot of money. How even that thing is like it was like say about an inch away from the ball, and to save something that's so close to it's difficult to get from the middle right across, even though he's tall. But without a doubt, I take no credit away from me. I had a brilliant game there. I was upset, but I was like, nah, that's great.
Okay, so we're going on to last season now. Last season was probably one of Klopp's worst seasons as a Liverpool. First time out of the Champions League, finishing outside the Champions League. How did it feel as a fan, watching last season, Obviously as rivals we love seeing that, Liverpool doing bad, but how did it feel as a Liverpool fan, Fifth place out of the Champions League, and a lot of things you said, your midfield, need a new midfield and all that stuff, how did it feel last season? Explain it to me.
No, it was just horrible. Okay, I wouldn't say horrible. It was a young feeling, man. Like it just didn't feel like this is not us, man. We don't play on brown fields. You know what I'm saying? And we made, take me for example, I made fun of you for playing on a brown field, and now we're playing on a brown field, and now I'm like, nah, it's fine. At least we're gonna win it. You know what I'm saying? So you would turn me out to be a hypocrite. Hating Europe, and I think we're gonna win it. I still think we're gonna win it, but we'll have to wait and see. Can I ask you a question?
No problem, can I ask?
And how do you feel about your team now in the Champions League?
The robbery, that's all I'm gonna say. Robbery, that you saw that game against Copenhagen. I'm not going to say a lot. That is never a red card of Rashford. You can. You just have to be a football fan to know he's not looking at
I disagree with that, but I still disagree with it. That was just poor refereeing with it, and I feel like VAR should go.
I don't think.
I think it should go because my thing is the ref is there on the field. If he doesn't see us, fine, just continue. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to perfect everything. Some things is meant to be left the way it is. Now you go and check something. You go check a camera. There is a better view of you, and you still get this decision wrong.
I understand where you're coming from.
Go.
But technology is taking over everything nowadays, even football. So we just have to, deal with it.
Yeah, but then at least get the decisions right, man.
True, but
like for example, that one of the foul of Rashford, the red card that he got. Clearly, he's trying to put his body in front of the player.
He's not looking at the ball.
Not
even looking at the player whatsoever.
He's trying to draw a foul. That's exactly what he wanted to do. Unfortunately,
he can't float his foot. He has to put it down, and it unfortunately
went on. He didn't see his foot. He knew the player was coming, but he turned his back on the player. So You can't. Oh, no.
But that is like, this season United have been robbed so many times, but we take it on the chin because we just take it.
What about when you rob at them?
We have robbed no team this season.
You remember when I wanted to phone you that night? We were chatting, and I told you I sent you a voice note still, and I said I think it was Nana. Yeah.
But since that game, how many times that stuff not gone away? Since that day, like ever since that day happened, they've been out to hang us, and it's been successful because they are hanging us perfectly. But as a United fan, we used to, having our backs against the wall, but when we come back, we're gonna come back stronger.
You're gonna come back, but I'm saying this. I think you need a new manager.
You think so?
I honestly don't think he's the right man for.
Why?
Like, you can see how he's playing stuff, what he wants to do, but you're not seeing it on the field.
But can you blame him?
Nah, you
Listen,
can't.
why can I tell you?
Okay.
You on Instagram, right? So you have probably seen that clip of Kieran Trippier where he was complaining with the fans. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see that.
And then at the end he says, how many injuries do we have? How many injuries do we have? That alone clearly shows that Ten Hag should be safe because we've had 17 injuries in 3 months. Like, that is not normal for a club. 17 in 3 months.
Okay.
The fact that we struggle with injuries, like Ten Hag out. But Newcastle complaining about it, and then the fans or everyone around is like, give them time. Once the injuries are back, they're going to be back to themselves. So why can't they give us that sympathy as well?
You want to talk about injuries. In the season with Liverpool, we basically had no midfielders. Also, not really, but mainly because of injuries, we didn't really have.
But you didn't do your.
We didn't even have. We had a midfield. Sorry, we didn't have centre backs. Van Dijk was out. Matip was out. Gomez is.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about him. I don't think he is good enough to play at such a top level.
Oh, Gomez, okay.
Like when him and Van Dijk played, they played well together. I'm not gonna say he played good, played well. But he is not. He doesn't fit the system in the way that Klopp wants to play. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have the Fabinho and Henderson was playing centre back. We loaned out Kabak. And
yeah,
no one said Klopp must go. Everyone was still, we lost a few games, but we picked up a lot of W's then. But now why can't Ten Hag do that? Great manager.
But can I tell you something? We at this moment in time we are the most informed team in the Prem. 4 wins, 1 loss.
Okay.
So I don't understand. Oh, okay, it's been by 1 goal all those wins. But I'm telling you, once Ten Hag has his proper squad, like since Ten Hag came in, he has not fielded his best 11 because it's either been injuries or out of form players. So I'm telling you, give him time. You know what the problem is? It's because he did so well in his first season that the bar is so high. Whereas Klopp in his first season finished 8th. So his bar was so low that he shot through the roof. Whereas Ten Hag is doing it the other way around. His bar is so high that he's doing okay-ish because of what he's going through, that it looked like he's doing a bad job. So I feel that give him time and he will come right. He is going to come right.
Okay, but this is my thing. Think of it like this. If your manager can't produce things like, besides the Premier League, like for the team and how we are now, it's pretty good. Alright? This is decent because it's the start of a season. It's decent. Alright? It's more or less where you would want to be. But now, the Champions League is something every team wants to win, correct?
Correct.
So it's out basically.
Not out until the fat lady.
I know, but that's what I said basically. I didn't say it's all out. No? So okay, let me rephrase it now. You saw almost knocked out. No? You saw almost knocked out completely, not even to the point where you like third.
But if you analyze our 4 games, okay, even the Bayern game, we got a dodgy handball this season against us that shouldn't even, but okay, Onana made a mistake in that game. We deserve to lose that game. Second game against Galatasaray, also, dodgy. another dodgy. Okay, maybe it was a red card we lost. But the game against Copenhagen, the first game we won, obviously that penalty that they got at the last minute should never have even been a penalty. But okay, we won still eventually. The last game, pardon, that red card changed the game. We were comfortable leading 2-0. We were comfortable, and then the red card changed the entire game. Pardon, the entire game, and that's where everything fell apart. So I'm just saying, look, give Ten Hag time. I'm telling you, if he had to have all the best players or everyone fit, and we losing to Luton or whatever, then I would say, okay, maybe he's not the right man. But he's doing the best he can with what they have. Imagine a top 4 team fielding Maguire and Johnny Evans in 2023. This was not the second division or something, so just give him time. He will come, right? Okay, let's go back to the Liverpool topic. So, this season, new season, in the Europa League, a couple of new signings. How do you feel about this season so far? Obviously, you drew recently to Luton. Things have been going good. So yeah, I would say they've been going good. How do you make of this season so far?
This season, I think we can compete for. I'm not gonna say we're gonna win it because it's still very early, but I think we definitely stand a great chance in fighting with the Premier League.
The Premier League.
Yes.
Bold. Okay.
I really do think so, because I wouldn't say we have a good depth in our squad, but the, let's just say, second team that can come on can still win a game. And signings wise,
what do you think of the signings?
I like all three.
You signed 4 midfielders, isn't it?
Wait. Endo, Soboslai, Waturo.
Endo, Soboslai, Gravenberch, and McAllister.
Four. Gravenberch I love. I like his playing. He reminds me, he has like a Wijnaldum type of play where he can move around with the ball, carry the ball, score goals, poach. He can wait outside. I like that. He's versatile. And McAllister, great player, he truly is. But the 6 is not for him. He is not. You can see in the way he plays, he is not the 6. He wants to hold on the ball. He basically is a playmaker, man. And every now and then he wants to score goals, and he is not able to do that in playing the 6 in the way we play. Because the 6 that we play, look at Firmino, his offensive play isn't that great. Like, yeah, he scored a few goals, he has a few assists, but the 6 that we need is someone that is more like
break up the play.
Yeah, breaking up play. Knowing when to create a tactical foul. You know what I'm saying? Like, knowing when to play it clean, when to play dirty, able to cover for Robertson, for Trent, able to cover for the centre backs also, knowing how to control the defense, how to defensively control the midfield also, like breaking up play, like you said, and just someone that is strong, especially aerially, because most of the time the ball comes out up. And Waturo Endo, I just like his name. But if you look, he's shorter than Fabinho, but
that's the job.
He's strong, he's not scared. Sometimes I feel like it's unnecessary when he lunges into certain tackles, but Fabinho did the same. They have their reasons why they do what they do.
Yeah.
But Dominic Soboslai, oh my days. Oh my. Brooklyn.
I think Bruno is better, but okay.
Bruno is, but Bruno's playing in a 10 role. Soboslai is more on the wing than through the middle, you know what I'm saying? And Soboslai.
Okay.
Him and Gravenberch is okay. Endo also, but Soboslai and Gravenberch is exactly what Liverpool were looking for.
Okay, we come to the last topic. This is not really football related, but is to your club. You've probably heard of the Luis Diaz situation with his father. Obviously,
I'll murder that man, so whoever stole his
How do you feel? How did you feel like hearing that? Obviously, that is the first time I've probably heard about that happening. Your parents kidnapped, and there's nothing you can do because you're on the other side of the world. As a Liverpool fan, how did you feel like about the whole situation and that they're safe now? Thank God they're safe. But how did that feel? Obviously, you don't know him, but obviously as a fan, he's one of your players. How did you feel?
Remember, I felt like I wanted to send them on a message, but I was like, maybe they must not gonna understand me. Because the way I speak, you know what I'm saying? But my bro, it's really sad. Like, and I'm actually surprised that he got his mommy first and not his daddy. Because normally they'll keep the women, you must know what they do with the women, right? So I assume that he would get his father back first, but I'm glad he got his mommy back and
his daddy back. So it's.
Oh, did he get his daddy back?
Yeah. When? A few days ago.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see. I've been off the grid, guys. Apologize.
Okay. So yeah, that's the end of our episode. But before we go, first of all, where do you think Liverpool's gonna finish in the Prem and Europa League? And then, first answer that. Where do you think they finish in the Prem and Europa? Honest. Yeah, don't be biased and say we're gonna win everything. We're gonna win honestly. Because City and Arsenal.
I say we're gonna finish second, 1 point above Arsenal.
And who's winning the league?
City.
Okay, and Europa League.
But I think we're gonna win it. Truly, so? With my whole heart, I really think we can win it.
Okay, and last a wild prediction that you think might happen. Maybe you think Tottenham is gonna win the league, or something, a crazy prediction in that sense. Okay. What do you think? We can look back at it in the season. It was a bit right. What I've been saying, I don't think I said it in one of the videos. I think that Brighton and Aston Villa could challenge for top 4. I don't think I've said it in the video, but the way those two teams are playing, Brighton and Aston Villa, one of them might get it. 5th place, at least for one of them. But
I was gonna say Aston Villa 5th. I was gonna say Aston Villa 5th.
The way they've been playing is and a player that you think is gonna do good this season, like in the Prem.
Jeremy Doku.
Wow.
I honestly think he's gonna be either. Okay, I think he's gonna be in the top 3 assists.
He's a top.
I like him.
I really like him. But that's the end of our episode. Thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you, boss.
Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, we out.